Gracias and welcome to Vasili's garden. Now today we haven't had to travel too far at all because we're still in Coburg. We actually literally walked here. Well, we could have, but the car was following behind us. I'm here at a wonderful home here. Now we've got a twin share going on here, but we'll get more information about that in a minute. To my left I have Simon. Simon, how are you, my friend?
I'm very well, thank you.
Pleasure, pleasure. And these are your kids?
Well, this is my niece, but yeah, this is my kids, Chelsea.
Hello,
and
Chelsea.
Ella.
Hello, Ella. How are you both?
My niece, Matilda.
Hey, sweetheart. How are you?
And this is our son, Julie's and my son, Berrigan.
And this is
Hi,
Julie.
Julie.
How are you,
Hello.
Julie? This is your son. And you're
Jane.
Jane. Pleasure
Hello,
to meet you,
how are
Jane. Oh, and that's your little one?
This is Eliza and Matilda.
And Matilda. They're your two little ones. Enjoy. Now, do you all live here?
No.
No, so...
We live here.
Yeah,
Simon
we
and
live
I
with the family.
Yes? So you live with a family. Now, there are two properties here. We're looking at one here and one over there. Are they
Yeah.
both homes?
That's right, so this is a church property.
Okay.
It belongs to GraceTree. It's a Baptist community.
Oh, wonderful.
And so we kind of live and work together.
Okay.
And so some people live on site here
Yes.
and some people live sort of a suburb or two away.
Okay, but they all come here
That's
regularly?
right, on a Sunday.
On a
yeah.
Sunday?
Yeah, Sundays and
Sunday
Thursdays
mass?
we get together,
Yeah?
yeah.
It's a wonderful garden, in all honesty. It looks wonderful. It's got a nice aura about itself. You're enjoying it? How long have you been here?
Love it. We've been here 2.5 years. Our
Yeah.
family have lived here.
Yes.
And of course we love the
Do
garden.
you like tomatoes?
Yeah, but I like the watering the garden.
Oh, you like to water the garden? You like watering? Well, you can do some watering for me afterwards, can you? That'd be great. And then we'll go looking for some tomatoes, little cherry tomatoes. It's going to be fun. And that's what it's all about, folks. We get out there in the garden, enjoy growing the produce and making sure the young ones get the opportunity to enjoy it as well.
Vasili, this is for you.
What have you got here for me?
This is my chicken, Lily.
Oh, beautiful.
This is our grapevine.
Nice. Wow, that's nice.
Corn,
Yep.
and that's a nectarine tree and an apple tree.
Beautiful.
Beans.
And they're your beans, and you drew this for me. Oh, thank you so much. I'm going to put this up on my wall. Thank you so I can admire it. Maybe I can grow some beautiful beans just like you too. Have you got one for me also? What have you got?
Well, these are rosellas on the tree.
Yes.
And that one's poking out of the hole.
Yep.
There's some flowers in the garden.
That is beautiful.
That's a person going into his garden.
Yeah.
There's a chicken
They're beautiful. And you wrote that, I love?
garden.
Oh, you're a good girl. Thank you, Ella. This is beautiful. I love the colours. We got another one. What's that? You want to tell me what you've got here? No? We're at the back of the garden, folks. We've got some beautiful drawings we saw by the children earlier on. Aren't they fantastic? Now we're going to see if the real thing is just as good as those drawings. Hey, can you live up to that expectation?
Oh, I'm not sure that I can quite pull off what they've put together.
They've done it well, mate. Well,
Yeah, they have.
we're here at the back of your garden. You got this chicken wire mesh, rightly so, because you're containing the chickens behind there.
That's right, yeah. So we've got a chicken run here that
Yep.
runs to the chook shed
Yep.
over here.
It stops just over there, okay.
Yeah, it does. So it just gives them a bit of extra space to run
All right.
around.
Yeah, you've got an apple.
So yeah, we've got a pear and an apple, and then we've got some citrus, so a mandarin,
Yeah.
a lime, and an orange as well.
How old are these plants?
So these are only a couple of years old. The citrus are probably a little bit older, but
Yeah.
but these are just in their first couple of years. So.
And they've done well. Your apple tree's already producing lots of apples on there too. We've had a little bit of sunburn here, and if I could show everybody, just there's a little bit of shadow casting on the fruit, but see that little black or brown blemish there? That's basically excessive heat or direct sunlight that causes the fruit to burn up, basically boils up inside to the point where it burns the outer skin.
Yeah, we kind of put it against the wall here thinking that the heat would help it, but
yeah,
it's
it's
actually
done.
ended up being too much. So.
Well, you can espalier the tree so that it's actually not touching directly onto the wall. So over time, rather than allowing it to grow out, yeah, just prune it. You don't necessarily need to wire it up or anything like that.
Okay.
Just a bit of a prune and that keep it off the wall so the heat doesn't radiate and it breathes a bit more from behind.
Yeah, yeah.
Now feeding this, obviously you won't be feeding much on the plants because you've got the chooks.
That's right. The chook poo that's in the chook house itself is what we use on the garden. So every
Okay.
now and then we'll kind of dig all that out and
All
put it
right.
over the gardens. And
So you basically don't buy any fertiliser.
Well, we don't need to. Yeah.
You
yeah,
got your chooks there.
Chook poo's just about the best fertiliser you can get.
You can get,
so.
and it's fresh too, and you let it just break down, dig it into the garden. Perfect.
Well.
Now, how many chooks have you got?
So we've got 6. We had 2,
Yeah.
and we've just reared 4 of them from day-old chicks. So,
Oh, beautiful.
So they're just beginning to lay now.
We've got a vine growing here, folks. Check it out. Now, is this an ornamental? No.
No. So there's a couple of different grape varieties here.
Yep. What have we got?
Got a few little grapes down here.
Oh,
but these
yeah.
haven't produced quite as much as I probably would have expected, actually.
Yeah.
They're kind of fertilised well from the.
Well, in actual fact, vines don't need to be over-fertilised. They're more alkaline-based plants, so it's not so much a fertiliser, but rather the conditions and the positioning of it too. So it's also the pruning, getting the spurs to grow well. It's a great greening effect that you have created here. That's good for cooling down the actual chook pen too.
Yeah, that's
so,
right.
So enjoy it.
Gives them sun over winter.
Exactly.
As well.
And over time it'll come along well. I want to meet the chickens. Can the girls show me where the chickens are and their names? Hey girls, do you know their names? Yeah. All right, let's go and have a look and see if we can meet them all. All right, who are we looking at here? Who's here? Who's that?
That's Sarah. That's Super Chick. This is Dorothy.
Hello, Dorothy. Oh, Dorothy likes to peck.
Yeah, and that's Chloe.
And that's who?
And Louie.
Chloe. Well, there you are. You got some beautiful chickens. And do you like your fresh eggs, girls? Just as much as you like your fresh vegetables and fruit? Wonderful. All right, well, we're going to check out the rest of the garden now. You can play with the chickens. We're going to look at the garden, folks. You're doing a great job here, mate. You seriously are. You've got the 6 raised garden beds. Now, you built these yourself.
Yeah. So these, the community kind of came together out of 2 different communities that came together, and they were built just before we came along.
Oh, okay. Okay, and now you've basically taken possession of them, and
right.
what have you filled them in with?
So what we've done is this year we've put together a 6-bed rotation system, we can just keep doing it year after year and not have the kind of pest problems develop.
Okay, so what are you doing?
At the back here we have our kind of roots bed, so mostly beetroot and carrots.
Yeah, I want to
they're
rinse
pretty good when they're homegrown.
You got a tap around here, man? I've got to eat this one.
Absolutely.
All right, give me a second. I'll be back. Mate, nothing like fresh produce straight from the garden. Seriously, it's not the biggest of carrot, but it's so aromatic. Not so, sweet, aromatic. Now this is your corn bed.
Yeah, it is.
Tell us about it.
So we've got corn in here, and we've got some cucumber in the front, and we've got pumpkins here as well. They're kind of going mad.
It's gone everywhere, mate. And so you've got different stages of corn here?
That's right, yeah. So the last year we planted all the corn at once,
Okay.
a whole bed of corn, and it basically all came ripe at once while we were away and actually dried out. So we actually lost the whole lot. So we decided this time we're going to plant it in stages. So we've done sort of 5 different stages here over about 2 weeks.
Okay.
So this is our kind of acid-loving plants. So mostly tomatoes in here, but also some eggplant in the front, and
growing.
Some chilies I think there as well. So
it's come around.
Yeah, we've had so many tomatoes, not just from this bed, but from the bed over the side there, that we've not been able to kind of deal with the amount. So we've been giving them away and preserving some as well.
They are so sweet. They are so sweet. I can understand why the kids love these tomatoes. Easy to grow and just packed full of flavour. Sorry, I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just looking for the dreaded white fly, folks. Normally when you go into a garden bed, it'll be just, it'll be in plague proportions, living on the underside of the leaf. These tomatoes are fantastic. You've got a bit of drying out there. That's typical with a tomato plant. You can clean that off, but as far as a disease or an insect is concerned affecting these plants, you haven't got anything.
Yeah, well, it's been the first year. Every other year we've had massive pest problems. I don't know what we've done this year that's worked, but it's worked. So
So, all right, well, explain to us how you prepare the garden bed. Do you actually compost it first, turn it over?
Yeah, so we obviously get the chook poo from the bottom of the garden, the chook shed there, and just dig it over basically.
Yeah.
In this one, we've actually got some sheep manure as well.
Yeah, mixed it in.
But yeah, just some manure and
that's it.
To do it.
No pest control applications?
No, haven't needed it this year. So, I mean, basically, if we start to see a couple of, holes and things, we'll give them to the chooks and just get rid of them.
Vasili!
Yes?
We made some tomato
sauce? You made some tomato sauce? Did you help make some tomato sauce too? And is this from your garden? With the cherry tomatoes? I bet it's really sweet. Do you like making food, cooking? Well, what are you going to use this tomato sauce for?
For spaghetti bolognese and lasagna.
Oh, can I come over for dinner? You make sure you ring me up. I want to come over and eat some too. When it's fresh tomato sauce like this, there's nothing better. Are these for me? No, that's one each for you there. Now you go put them back on the shelf, look after them, and when the tomato sauce and the spaghetti bolognese is ready, you give me a call. I'll show you how to eat it, okay?
This is the onion bed, so we've mostly got sort of brown onions, a few spring onions as well, and some red as well, and then further along we've got some more rock melon.
Have you ever been successful with growing rock melon?
I've never actually tried, so this is our first attempt, and it seems like it's going okay. We've got a number of them in there, and just waiting for them to
where's the
get
rock
bigger.
melon?
Just through, probably on the other side.
Oh, there is too. You have got some. Oh, here we go, folks. Check this out. We've got rock melon. It's not watermelon, is it? It's a rock melon because the leaf is slightly different. Yeah.
We tried watermelon last year and it was really good, but the watermelon didn't work this year. So
so the rock. Okay.
We're going with it. And then some zucchini on the end as well.
Yeah, that's the blackjack. Yeah, they grow so well, so easily to grow.
Just prolific. Yeah.
And you basically rotate your garden beds. So you're saying to me you've got different plants, obviously, in different garden beds.
That's right.
But each year you'll move them around, so they're not in the same spot.
Yeah. So this is the first year we've tried it, so we'll kind of get the idea over it the next 6 years how that goes. And we'll learn, I suppose, from the mistakes we make this time. Well,
you haven't made many mistakes, to be quite honest with you here. You've been successful in most of your produce, if not all of it. You haven't got 50, 100, that's not the right way to say, 50, 100, 5,000 or 500. I was thinking of 50 plants a minute and I thought to myself, that's not quite enough. It's more like 500 plants like your typical Italian tomato grower or your Greek. And that's what it looks like is going over on the other side of the fence.
Right. Yeah.
His name?
Marino.
Marino.
Yeah.
Has you got 500 plants growing? Tomatoes?
I think at least that many. He certainly offered us many plants, so
the thing is
very supportive.
And when you have so many plants growing in the one section, that's when they're prone to virus and insect attack. Yep. Whereas what you've got here in these garden beds is ample for the family. You can say that because you've been sharing some of the produce, and the fact that you're going to rotate already will prove to be quite worthy and successful because the insects will lose their way and they won't nest or hibernate in the soil for the following season waiting to see the same plant come back up again. So the art of rotation does control pests and insects in the garden. So that's this garden bed. And right behind us, what have we got growing in here, mate?
So we've got the beans and the peas. They're kind of the nitrogen fixers, I suppose. So we've got some green beans and some broad beans.
That's good, and that's what you do basically. It actually builds up the nitrogen levels as adding organic matter into the soil like your straw that you have here. Now, if your soil is always prone to drying out too quickly, adding some straw like Simon has done here is the perfect way to control that moisture back into the earth, and it also breaks down to become organic matter for the microbacteria, which then the worms eat, and which then the plants draw up. And that's how it works. And you're having no problems with birds?
No, surprisingly not. The only problem we have is when they're in the seedling stage. So we've just replanted some peas there and had real problems with they basically dig over the bed there and pull the seedlings out. Other than that, we haven't had any problems though.
I have to taste the produce, folks. Yeah. Oh, beautiful, mate.
Excellent.
And our last bed, this is our last bed with our greens. We've got lots of leafy greens, lettuce there, silver beet, spinach, and this would probably produce quite quickly. So you're rotating this quite often, I would imagine.
Put some more lettuce in, and these are just a couple of watermelons that haven't really taken off, but we're giving them a go anyway.
Well, you're doing a great job. Overall, you've got some strawberries in little planter boxes there. The raised garden beds, folks, is all about the rotation system here. And I can assure you, as I said earlier, it's going to work because that has been tried and tested in the past by many others. And the insects struggle to actually find their way through and destroy the plant. So that rotational system will work, except for what they've done to this beautiful little plant here. Check it out. How whole is that, mate? That's
well, it is a church.
Well, I was going to say that. It is. Now that obviously.
The chooks enjoy the bits that aren't so good. So
that's all. Nothing goes to waste. Exactly. Feed the chooks, they give you lots of eggs, they get rid of the other insects in there. And you were mentioning earlier you're having a few problems with the citrus trees actually setting fruit.
Yeah, that's right.
And it can be a little bit rich in the nitrogen in the soil, which causes the flowers to fall off. So garden lime will actually work quite well on that. So if you apply that every 6 months, you'll find that the actual flowers will remain on the tree and set fruit. So enjoy that.
I'm dobbing in Simon, aren't I? So we had 3/4 of a garden bed filled with strawberries. Yeah. Beautiful. We had so many strawberries.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, fair enough, we were trying to start up this 6-bed rotation thing, you know, and I understand the theory behind it. I thought, I don't want to lose my strawberries. No, no, no. So I converted the kids' sand pit into, which was getting too small, into our strawberry patch.
Well, there you are, and you still got your beautiful strawberries.
Yes,
and are they producing just as well, if not better?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Oh, they've come
maybe next year.
Just coming out of shock, are they?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, there's a little bit of flower going on there, so
we're still getting some, but they're just not as big.
That's okay. So enjoy. Solar power lights during the night keeps them going too.
Yeah, right.
Check it out. We've got the spalliate apple trees, which have been inundated with tomatoes. And what's that? Pumpkin?
Pumpkin as well, yeah, that's right.
Oh, wait a second. You've got an apple there. Which one's producing? Just this one over here?
That one, there are a couple of apples in under there as well. But
first year?
The tomatoes just went mad. Yeah, first year. So
you haven't tasted the apples yet, have you?
Haven't tried them yet. But
it's okay. I'll tell you all about it now. It's okay, mate. Now, which one would you dare me pick? I'll pick a smaller one.
A few of them do have a bit of the...
grub?
Yeah, the grub.
That's okay. I'm not going to have any more protein. I've had enough this morning. Here we are. What variety is this?
They're the pink ladies, and we've got some red Fujis over here as well.
Well, they're not quite pink, are they?
Not really.
Ah. They're just right. That's how I like them. With a little bit of...
early.
If you have them too sweet, then, well, they're really nice then. You'll eat them all at once. But like this, you'll eat one, it'll keep you going.
Keep you going in the meantime.
Very nice.
Good.
And these tomatoes here are self-sown?
Yeah, we put compost obviously over the bed, and they came up, and I decided basically to leave them, and we've had more tomatoes from this than from anything else in the garden. It's just been incredible. We've had, I mean, up to sort of 300-400 of them a day. So amazing.
That's what happens when you let plants self-sow in the garden to grow, basically. If you get tomatoes, whether they are tomatoes or cucumbers and things like that, self-grown or self-sown varieties always produce a lot better because they're quite happy in the climate. The conditions are perfect, the climate's right, and you'll always get an abundance of fruit coming out of them. Oh, well, bugger it. Tomato, apple, or... If the backyard isn't enough, folks, we're in the front garden here as well. We're on the main road, Nicholson Street, we're talking here. There's buses, trains. No, there's no trains.
No trains, but there are trams. So
there might as well be. Surely. I was going to say aeroplanes also. That's all about that's missing from here. Yeah. But you've got a couple of fruit trees now. You're not concerned about the fruit being picked?
Well, I guess we had this idea because we found this feijoa tree in our front yard. We didn't know what it was. We just found all this fruit on the ground, and we had all these people coming just randomly off the street saying, "Can we take your feijoas?" And we're like, "What's a feijoa?" So as we discovered that, you know, people are very keen, and it was a way, I guess, for us to engage people who are, you know, from around the neighbourhood and people who are coming past. So what we decided to do actually was put in some fruit trees so that people coming past can actually take fruit. I just think it's stupid that there's so much fruit, you know, in people's backyards. It's falling on the ground and rotting. It's much better to have gardens where people can kind of intermingle and connect with you.
Here, let's vote for Simon. How long have you been here, did you say?
So we've been here for 2.5 years.
Okay. The places are new. Did you build them yourself? Or?
As I say, the two communities that merged, we came along. I guess we we started a church 8 years ago, just down in Brunswick. So we merged 2.5 years ago with the existing community here. So they had just finished the church building here. So this had been finished, and the garden beds had been finished, and the workshop was done. So since then we've built this other new house, and looking at
and this is a pergola.
as well.
I love this. It's got a beautiful feel about that. I've been trying to grow my own grapevine at my place, but it's just a little bit wet, and they like a dry condition. And it's just struggling to get up there. This year it's actually showing a little bit of good growth on it. This has taken off. This is fantastic.
I mean, it's the second year, so the idea obviously is that it grows over here, so you've got the sunlight in winter. As the leaves dry back.
That is showing good progress. 2-year-old plant, and it's already taken off. You've got a good 30 feet on it at least. And you've got some good produce coming on there too. Enjoy. Do you dance at all?
Do we dance?
We're
Baptists. We don't dance.
Not
as part of our worship.
No. In celebration. But in celebration. You like a dance. Well, I think it's that time of the day at the moment. I think we've got the accordion to dance a couple of jigs or two. You're on. We're doing this all for folks. I convinced him. What do we say? Maresi.